Well, here we are. Cheers.
Cheers. I get to be on Things Beyond Sound.
Yeah, this is the first video episode. So
Nice.
well, more of a short. It's a special. But
so I'm a guinea pig.
yeah. Well, tell the audience
Tell the audience.
a little bit about who you are.
I am Spencer's father. So, I've been around for a very long time. In fact, we're doing this on the eve of my 60th birthday party.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, son. Thank you very much. So, since this is Things Beyond Sound and kind of about music, I guess I'll say where it all got started. My freshman year of high school, I actually got asked to try out for a play. And it was a melodrama, kind of like Dudley Do-Right and Snidely Whiplash and all that crap, you know. And it was...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it was very fun. It was very fun. So I kind of got involved in theater first. So, and that was over when I was living in the Azores.
In the Azores?
Yeah, in the Azores.
That's when Grandpa was in the Air Force, right?
Yes, Grandpa was in the Air Force there. And from there, just because I was in the theater group, of course, it was associated with the chorus group all the time.
Mm.
And, you know, I always, when I was a little kid, they always had us singing. Actually, you know what? I'm wrong. My inspiration for music started way before that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, in the 6th grade. I remember now. It was I was in Mrs. Marcott's class, but the music teacher assigned me to tap the sticks for this little chorus thing that the 6th graders were doing.
Yeah.
Because I could tap the sticks and still sing at the same time. I can't do that now, but I could do it back then, you know.
Should have went to drums.
Right. Yeah.
Should have kept going with drums.
Yeah, should have done drums. I could have been, you know, like...
Could have been Phil Collins.
Yeah, could have been Phil Collins. Yeah. Who else sings with drums? Anyway, don't matter. But, yeah, from there, when we came back to the States, I got involved in doing a play, Hello, Dolly, at the next high school I was at. So that involves a lot of singing because that is a musical. And it was a very fun cast. The teachers were fantastic. We just had so much fun doing that play. It was amazing. It was like one of the only high school performances that actually made a profit in all of California.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy because the cast, we just went nuts, you know, promoting ourselves and promoting all of the dates for the plays and selling tickets and everything. It just really was a blast. It's kind of one of them things where you have that perfect team, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's enthusiastic about it.
Yeah. It was very fun. It was a great time. And there I just progressed and kept doing chorus and everything else. So
yeah. So like after high school, did you do anything?
After high school, I got in a lot of trouble. Yeah. No. But after high school, I joined the Navy, and I was an electrician. And when I got to my ship, I had all my electrical duties, but there was also a ship's public address system. It was just a PA, a PV, but really,
right.
It was a PVPA for a band and everything. But we had that on the ship, so when the captain, we did presentations on the flight deck and stuff
right.
like that. I was the one that got assigned to set it up and everything, like I knew anything about sound back then.
Did you just randomly got assigned to that?
Yep.
Or
Yep. That's
wow.
how it works in the
Nice.
Navy. I was the only one that was like, okay, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can sometimes push yourself into a position you want, you know, but...
Yep. So I did that, and where we had that PA stored was in a room called the sonar switchgear. So and I don't think they use active sonar much anymore, but active sonar is kind of like a big rubber bubble on the pointy end of the ship, and it's really a speaker, and the sonar switchgear is all the amplifiers for this speaker.
Yeah.
Right? So that's where the PA was stored. And there was a couple other of my friends. One played bass, one played guitar, and another guy played drums. And I rode up to ask for permission to store all that equipment on the ship in sonar switchgear. And lo and behold, the captain said sure. And so we had our band called Switchgear.
Nice.
And it was below the water line. So we'd set up in that room, and I mean, it was tight. It was no bigger than this bedroom is here. We had a whole band set up, And
Jeez.
we had our band. We did cover songs, a lot of '80s stuff.
Yeah.
because it was the '80s. So some Beatles.
Do you ever use earplugs?
What? No.
I could imagine it got really loud.
And it's funny too because the Navy is like super duper hot on hearing protection now. But
even more so now.
yeah,
Yeah.
back in the '80s, they were like,
You'll get over it.
Yeah, and I've been pretty lucky because I've still got most of my hearing. I hear pretty good, all the highs and everything, which is really what you tend to lose. So, pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's impressive because it's more about like, well, I heard gunshots are like the worst, the killer for ears the most, and like we've been shooting, I can't count how many times, and it's
earplugs.
without earplugs. So it's like nowadays though, I'm like, okay, I got to wear earplugs. Like now that I know,
I'm gonna get those digital ones where they
it cancels out.
Yeah, they let you hear, but it cancels out instantly.
Josh had a pair from Cabela's when I went shooting with him. And they were like over the ear ones, but you could like adjust the volume with a knob for like the people talking to you,
right?
Nice. And it was pretty cool. Whenever a gunshot went off, it just went silent. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Huh. Cool.
It was only like $30, I think.
So,
so you were in the Navy. You were in a band on the ship.
switchgear. Yeah.
Yeah, switchgear. How long did that last?
For about 2 years, and then that was about as long as I was on the ship. I was on there a little more than 2 years, but guys get stationed elsewhere and get out of the Navy and go on. That's what I did. I got out of the Navy, tried to work in California for a little while, and then came back home to Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had my wife's sister married a guy named Ron. Remember Uncle Ronnie?
Yeah.
Uncle Ronnie, he was a musician. And his brother Danny, and he played bass, and Ronnie played guitar, and I got asked to be singer when they were trying to start a band. So I joined a band called Random, which really stood for Ron and Danny's Old Music. I don't know how they get that. The math doesn't quite work out, but it's all right,
Well, you smoke enough weed, you can make math work. You make math work.
Yeah. Oh, that's where I got all my weed when I was that young. It was from Danny. Danny was my... Man, Danny was where I accessed weed for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good dude. Danny was the best.
I have a few memories of Danny.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw him very much, but I saw Ronnie more.
You were pretty young, but yeah, I was in Random a couple different times. We were just a cover band, and we played the bars around Phoenix here.
Yeah, I have like memories of a small child, like seeing you practice, like specifically, my memories are of like, what's the band? Why can't I think of it? I like this band.
What, Stone Temple? We did a lot of Stone Temple songs.
Yeah, I remember a couple of those, but it's the one with December and
Collective Soul.
Collective Soul. Yeah, I remember the Collective Soul songs.
They're so good.
Practicing those a lot.
I love doing
like
those
when I was like, I remember these times from like when I was 3 or 4. Like of you singing Collective Soul songs, like it's weird.
Right on.
But
yeah.
And how long did you do Random for?
I did Random for a couple of years, 2 different times.
Yeah.
So it was just you were 3 and 4 when you were seeing me singing. It's tough to maintain a full-time job and practice.
Yeah, of course.
Enough to be a good cover band, and not embarrass yourself when you go out to the gigs and stuff. So,
yeah,
it just got to be a little much. And then when you guys got older, I did it for the second time for a little while.
Yeah.
But things, Ronnie wanted to do the band for a living.
Yeah.
He was trying to play out every weekend, Thursdays, Wednesdays, Saturday, Sunday, whenever he could.
You can do it.
Yeah. And I was into the weekend playing, but
and it's an obligation,
right? It's a total obligation. And
once there's money on the line, like you have to be there.
Yeah, and it was a hobby for me.
Yeah,
so it was just that kind of thing.
Not the right guy, to be the singer for the band.
I get not if they were trying to be playing out, every single weekend, and guys trying to make that their main source of income. Yeah, no, I'm not that singer, I guess.
Yeah. Well, if you're not trying to be that, then you're not the right one. Like that, all that matters too. Like your goal and like, why you're in the band.
Yep.
You know, if that doesn't line up, then it doesn't matter how well you sing for everybody.
Nope, sure doesn't. And it was just a hobby for me. It was a blast. I really enjoy doing the front man role. You know, especially in a bar full of inebriated people. It's really a fun kick in the butt. You know, it boosts your ego. It's just a good time, especially if you're decent at it. And I think I am. So
I'd say you're pretty decent at it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can babble with the best of them.
Well, I think it's about time to get set up, get that started.
Get out with our next project, the Blue Hat Project.
Yeah, Blue Hat Project.
That's what we're doing now.
Yeah. So explain that real quick before we go.
Well, it's a group of guys I met through, I guess primarily through our little camping thing, Wally World, and then some other friends. And they just play instruments. They're interested in the blues and a lot of early rock, 60s and stuff. And so we get together every once in a while just to, warm the heart up and keep ourselves alive by doing what we like to do. You know, we like to get out and hit open mic nights. There's one at Hooper's on 59th and Northern. We're looking at doing another one at Kimmy's every once in a while and get out and do them open mic nights and get to play for people and not have to know 40 songs to do a whole gig or something like that. So it's just a blast.
That's good.
So that's what we're doing now.
We got you set up. We're going to get you set up. We're using your board right here. But once we're done with this, we'll get you set up and play a show in the backyard for everybody. I think people are starting to show up. I can hear them.
Nice. I like people. Everybody, rock and roll.
All right. Well, that was the first video episode of Things Beyond Sound.
All right. Things Beyond Sound. Thank you, Spencer.
See ya.